Picture this. Late February 2026. The world watches as the Middle East becomes the stage for one of the most precise, coordinated military operations in modern history. The United States and Israel launch a massive, synchronized strike against Iran. This wasn't just a symbolic gesture. It wasn't a limited action, and it definitely wasn't random. This was a calculated, multi-domain assault meticulously designed to overwhelm and neutralize Iran's defenses within minutes. So, how did they pull it off, and why did Iran, a major regional power, struggle to respond in time? Let's break down the anatomy of this future conflict. The core concept behind the entire operation is a military strategy known as time on target. Imagine weapons launched from completely different places: aircraft high in the sky, ships hundreds of miles out at sea, and submarines deep beneath the waves, all hitting their designated targets at the exact same moment. This isn't science fiction, it's a matter of complex mathematical timing. Missiles fired from naval vessels far away, stealth bombers on long-range missions, and fighter jets crossing multiple borders were all perfectly choreographed. The goal was simple but devastating: to overwhelm, disorient, and paralyze Iran's command structure, leaving absolutely no warning window and no time to regroup or retaliate effectively. To achieve this, naval power was positioned with surgical precision. 2 American carrier strike groups formed a pincer around Iran. In the Arabian Sea, the USS Abraham Lincoln stood ready. Meanwhile, in the eastern Mediterranean, the newer, more advanced USS Gerald R. Ford provided additional air power and strategic depth. These weren't just ships, they are floating military cities, capable of launching dozens of aircraft in rapid succession. The destroyers and cruisers accompanying these carriers unleashed long-range Tomahawk cruise missiles from their vertical launch systems. Simultaneously, lurking undetected beneath the surface, submarines added another layer of stealthy firepower, launching their own salvos. This layered naval presence ensured that a constant, overwhelming force could be projected from multiple directions. But before any pilot even crossed into Iranian airspace, a silent war was already being waged in the digital realm. Coalition forces initiated sophisticated electronic warfare operations. Cyber attacks were reportedly used to confuse radar systems and disrupt critical command and control networks, sowing chaos before the first missile even landed. At the same time, swarms of decoy drones were launched. These drones were designed to mimic the radar signature of large aircraft formations, effectively flooding Iranian air defense screens with hundreds of false targets. This forced Iranian operators to make a critical choice: activate their radar systems to track these perceived threats, or stay dark and risk being caught unprepared. When they did activate their radars, they unwittingly painted a target on themselves. Anti-radiation missiles, designed to home in on those exact radar signals, were already on their way. Within minutes, key components of Iran's integrated air defense network went dark, effectively blinded and degraded. With these digital and electronic corridors punched open, the strike aircraft moved in for the kinetic phase of the assault. The attack was structured in precise, devastating waves. Leading the charge were the B-2 Spirit stealth bombers. Their mission: to target Iran's most hardened and deeply buried facilities, like underground command bunkers and nuclear infrastructure, using powerful bunker-busting munitions. Flying alongside them were F-35 Lightning E's, the most advanced stealth fighters in the world. Operating deep within contested airspace, they acted as the quarterback of the sky, gathering real-time intelligence with their advanced sensors while simultaneously striking high-value targets of opportunity. Then came the workhorses, F-15E Strike Eagles, tasked with hunting down and destroying mobile missile launchers and other secondary military facilities. Rounding out the assault, carrier-based aircraft like the F-18 Super Hornets flew suppression missions, ensuring that any remaining air defenses were kept busy and unable to interfere with the main strike packages. The attack unfolded in 3 distinct waves, each with a specific objective. The first wave was all about kicking down the door. It focused on neutralizing radar sites, communication nodes, and command centers, the eyes, ears, and brain of the Iranian military. The second wave went for the teeth. It systematically targeted Iran's ballistic missile infrastructure, including launch sites, storage depots, and production facilities, aiming to cripple its ability to strike back at long range. The third and final wave aimed to degrade Iran's long-term military capability by striking key military production facilities and logistical hubs. Beyond military hardware, reports quickly emerged that senior Iranian leadership was also on the target list. The supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, was reportedly a primary focus of the operation. However, in the chaotic aftermath, conflicting accounts began to surface. Some intelligence sources claimed the strike was successful, while others vehemently denied it, stating the target was not present at the location when it was hit. Later, Ali Khamenei was confirmed dead. This highlights a crucial aspect of modern conflict. Information warfare moves just as fast as the missiles. The battle for the narrative, for what is true and what is not, becomes just as important as the battle on the ground. But the confrontation was far from over after the initial assault. Iran, though wounded, was not defeated. In the hours and days that followed, it retaliated. A massive barrage of ballistic missiles and explosive drones was launched, targeting U.S. military installations across the region and strategic sites within Israeli territory. The night skies over major cities in the Gulf lit up as regional air defense systems, like Patriot and Iron Dome batteries, were activated, attempting to intercept the incoming swarm of projectiles. Despite the significant losses to its air defense infrastructure, Iran still possesses a formidable arsenal of ballistic missiles and drones, more than enough to sustain a punishing retaliatory campaign and prove that the conflict was far from a one-sided affair. So what's the bigger picture here? This hypothetical 2026 operation serves as a powerful demonstration of the future of warfare. It showcases the incredible synergy of advanced multi-domain coordination, the game-changing power of electronic and cyber warfare, the necessity of real-time synchronization, and the devastating effectiveness of precision strike capabilities. Modern conflict is increasingly defined not by sheer numbers of soldiers or tanks, but by speed, data, and the seamless coordination of assets across land, sea, air, space, and cyberspace. The critical question that remains is whether this strike represents a contained, punitive operation designed to reset the strategic balance, or if it is merely the opening chapter of a much broader, more devastating regional confrontation. That is a question that only time will answer. Thank you for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into military strategy and geopolitics. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.